we are live. We are
Nice.
live with the pre-show.
It's a good place to be. You know what I'm going to do, Yankee?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to share this, create a post real quick.
Oh, please.
I'm live on Yankee Stacking's channel.
That's awesome.
Wham bam. Let me post this on my YouTube and maybe we'll get some more people over here, huh?
That'd be great. Got 40 people in here already.
All right, post this. Boom. Posted.
Thank you, bud. I've got my coffee in my Tim mug. I've got my tissues because, dude, I got a cold.
Really? You feeling it?
I am. Yeah, all day. Yesterday I felt it coming on. Today I was like, ugh. It's got to be because I had 17 people over my house, I think, at Thanksgiving at the height.
Oh, I think everyone got sick over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got
It's just a
sick
cold.
too. I had a few days where I was kind of was not really feeling it, but
Yep.
I'm back.
Cool.
You'll get over it.
It's the first cold. I haven't had a cold in I don't know how long. It was
Wow.
before I got the COVID.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a long time. It's mild though. Hey, you know what else I'm missing though right now?
What's that?
Thursday night.
Football?
You got it.
Who's playing? I don't have anyone on my fantasy football team playing, so I don't even know who's playing.
Patriots against the Bills.
Oh,
we're gonna get smacked.
let's go Buffalo!
Hey, come on, bro, dude.
Buffalo.
They're gonna kill us. I know. I don't even know what the score is. Maybe somebody in the chat can keep me up to date. But I'd rather be here anyways than watching that. So.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
It's gonna hurt. I like buffalo. I like gold buffaloes. I like silver buffaloes. I don't like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
My wife and I were at a concert and we met this couple from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking. They go to like a lot of the games, and they're like, if you gotta come to Buffalo, go to a game. I'm like, yeah, probably not.
They dive on tables and act like complete idiots. Oh, man. All right, so 7-0 Pats. All right, thanks, Bozo. But Count Derpula says the score is Fed 0, inflation 22.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, doesn't it? That's great. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Fed a little bit tonight. We got some good stuff to talk about. And we're gonna talk about our silver price forecast.
For 2023.
Yes, for 2023.
We did this for 2022.
Yes, I know we did.
And I seem to recall.
Oh boy, here we go.
My end of year prediction was somewhere in the neighborhood of what did I say, low 22s.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere at 22, 23. I feel like we're in the pocket, Yankee.
I think so. I think we did well. I was a little bit higher than you, if I'm not mistaken.
But it still might go up after the meeting on the 14th.
Dude,
so
I know. I could be right. I think I said 24. I think that was the number, but I'll have to double check. But hey.
But here's the thing. 2023 is going to be a crazy year for silver. I mean, we could see some massive swings down and then up. Which is optimal for stacking. That's what you want. You want it to go down, you buy in, and then you ride it up, right?
Yep, absolutely. Hey, Check Stacker, good to see you. 2-star member, 3-star member, Lewis. How are you, man? Good to see you in here. Nice talking with you, too. I love talking with Lewis. Dan Hodge is in as well. Let me see. Who else we got? How much silver we need to stack this coming year? William. Yeah, that's a good question.
As much as you can. Lewis is here.
Yeah, good to see you.
Just old Joe, Waylon, Mark, how y'all doing? Welcome. Hey, Yankee, can I ask you?
Yeah.
Black Friday. How'd you do? We haven't really talked about it, so how'd you do?
I picked up some
a
silver.
lot?
I picked up quite a bit. Gold and silver. Yep.
Crushed it?
I think so, yeah.
Get some good deals?
I did. Oh, spot deals. Very happy with that.
Yeah, I saw SD Bullion had some really good deals. I'm trying to think. Oh, I took advantage of their Britannia deal.
Yep. Yep.
which was, I think it might have been a Cyber Monday deal or something, but it was like 450 over or something like that. It was a really good deal.
It was a good deal. I got the rounds for spot. A whole tube of those.
Oh, nice.
I know, right? Jump on that one. That was gone quick.
Wow.
But I didn't get any Britannias. Silver Britannias. Nope.
I just got a few because it's the last year with the Queen, and it's not like they're going to be any more expensive down the road. It's just, kind of to have a few in the stack.
That's a good idea.
I don't think they're going to... I only bought a few because I don't think they're going to be like some crazy numismatic thing. I just...
Right.
Just a few, sentimental, whatever.
Yep.
And I like Britannias.
Yeah, so this is gonna be fun tonight. I think we'll make our prediction or forecast, I like to call it, and I'll explain why well, I'll tell you right now. I like the word forecast better than prediction. Prediction to me is more of a stick your finger in the air and just go at it, But I think about a prediction when it comes to like the weather.
It's not very thought out.
Right, they give forecasts. They look at the different statistics. They look at past, things that are going on, trends, and they make an educated forecast. Now, they can be completely wrong, as we know, but I think, right? But I think it's important to be thoughtful about this. And I think we're going to be that way tonight for people. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll be forecasting silver.
That is right.
Will it rain or will it shine? Or will it snow?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, like you said, a very pivotal year, more so than this year, because of a lot of factors. There's one factor, if we have time, I'd like to just broach it really quick with you, and that's the geopolitical thing. But if we don't have time, maybe after we do our segment, we can just discuss it with the chat.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we see some more fireworks overseas,
right?
If things get really crazy, yeah, I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, obviously, this year, silver, it was at its peak 1 week after Russia invaded Ukraine. That was when it peaked for the whole year.
Amazing, isn't it?
So if we see more stuff along those lines, Taiwan, who knows? But we could see silver shoot up again.
Yep. And the whole CBDC thing, especially with China and Russia, could we possibly see a central bank digital currency backed by precious metals, backed by gold or something, and having that these are all black swans. We don't know what's coming. These could be huge. But anyway, we'll talk about a few other factors that lead into our forecasts, and I think it is just about 10 seconds away from when we go live for real, buddy. End
Wonderful. I'm born ready, and also this is our second to last show of the year.
Oh, good point. Yes. Let's go main screen. Say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on SilverPros. We're gonna have a really good discussion tonight. Yeah, this is our second to last one, isn't it?
That's right. We got tonight. We got one more episode for the year.
Yep.
And then we'll regroup for season 5 in January. So actually, this is the last one of the year on your channel, Yankee.
That's right. My last one.
My goodness.
I know.
Big night.
Right? Yes, this is it. The last one of the year here on Yankee Stacking. Next 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be on your channel. So just make sure you're subscribed to both our channels. So we just go back and forth with SilverPros. Speaking of which, check Stacker. Thank you so much for the 5 spot. Really appreciate Super Chat kickoff. That's awesome. If this is your first time on a SilverPros, please put a 1 in the chat. Just want to shout you out. And,
shout out to Rich Mart. Picked up something at the charity auction. He already got it. Thank you so much, Rich Mart.
Nice.
I see you there in the chat. What's up, Ellie? Bobby, how are you doing? Aspiring, Mellow, a lot of returning faces as well. Great to see you all here.
A couple liars in the chat too, like Lewis and Cooper Kendall.
Easy Stacker. Yeah, we know it's not your first time here.
Oh man,
Come on.
Well, thank you, Scott, and And Silver Glow, Tate Triple, Easy Stacker, M. Rutherford. Ellie, yeah, I know I'm getting kind of close. Did I break 82,000 today? I think I did. Wow. Woo.
That's a good number.
There, man. Getting there.
Solid.
Thank you.
You know you're not going to slide below 80, which was your goal. So you kind of got that locked and loaded.
My goal was 75.
Oh, 75? That was it?
That was it. I tend to aim a little bit low.
Wow.
But I like to exceed things, so.
Hey, crushed it. So, okay.
All right. So we need to get going here.
I know, but before we get too deep into it, Yankee, please, what's the giveaway? Let me see. I have not seen it yet.
Shoot, you haven't seen it? Oh, man.
No, I hope you got it pulled up and all ready to rock and roll here. He's like,
Sure I do. I mean, how could you possibly think that I didn't have the giveaway all ready to go on my channel? So I could just bring it up and you would see immediately. You have no idea that it was the Nativity.
Nativity, beautiful. So, and this is sponsored by SD Bullion.
Yeah. And sure, I'm going to show you which one it is, too. It's
I know you are.
It took me a few moments, but yes, there it is, buddy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
That's great.
Very
yes,
nice.
Baby Jesus being born.
And I think the reverse is kind of sweet too. I like that snowflake there, but that is, it's the best obverse. Yeah.
Here's my question though, Yankee. Every single one, do they have a different snowflake or? Maybe that'd be too much.
Come on, man.
That's too much to ask. Okay.
Yeah.
No, very cool. Very cool.
All right. For those of you just joining and for those of you for the first time here on SilverPros, this is our bi-weekly live stream where we talk all things silver to help you really stack like a pro. It is sponsored, as SD said, by SD Bullion. I'm your host, Yankee Stacking, and SD is my co-host for 4 seasons now. So it's been and what we do is we usually talk about the evening's topic together. We kind of focus on that back and forth, and we do record it, by the way, for people who can't join us on the live stream, right? Sometimes people, what are you doing, dude?
Sorry, can I not show that off?
Holy crap.
Yeah, buddy.
Where did you? No, dude,
it's
you
from
didn't tell me
Germanium
this.
Mint.
I know. I want the one with the gold gilded sword in the medieval one. You got, oh man.
Yeah, I just showed it off my last video.
I missed that. I missed it. Oh man.
Yeah, I got number 231 out of 100 or of 1,000.
Wow, where you knocked me off my groove, dude.
Sorry.
That's
yeah,
okay.
So
That's okay. You can do that.
We record the stream. We're gonna repost. Yankee will repost it in a few days. But we're gonna have a great time tonight. We will do a live Q&A. We'll get to all your questions here
afterwards, right?
Sort of the midpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and then we do the free giveaway at the end. So if you want to stick around, win some free silver. We usually go for about an hour. I'm excited.
Do you think we should practice, maybe, or do you think the wheel is all lubricated up?
Go ahead. We could do a free giveaway now.
What do you think? Give away one of our awesome SilverPro stickers?
Yeah, give away a sticker.
All right, guys. So this is how the giveaway for the silver is going to be run. It's quite simple. All you got to do is put something in the chat. All right. And you do need to be a subscriber of my channel for at least, 10 minutes? So hopefully you guys are.
So if they're not, they'll have a chance to subscribe now and then chat later for the free silver giveaway.
Yes, this is for those who were subscribed to my channel. They can put something in the chat. So we'll give it just a few moments here just to get the participants list up to snuff. And then I'll put your names on the wheel, the wonderful, trustworthy, much appreciated wheel of names that is completely not rigged.
Not rigged.
Never.
It's all above board.
All above board.
Yes.
And then we'll do the sticker giveaway.
So free sticker to kick it off. That's a great way to. I mean, we got Christmas right around the corner, so
that's true.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's December. I finally feel like wow, like Christmas is coming.
Are you all decked out for Christmas?
Oh, dude, we go all out every year. As soon as Halloween is over, we start setting
Oh,
up.
you do?
It takes me a month to set up all our stuff.
Wow. Okay, so we are the get it ready for Thanksgiving type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the type of family we've been at. We were talking about that earlier before the stream started. First year we went artificial on a tree.
Well, it's one of
It's
our
tough.
yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. That was tough.
You know,
to
you will
change.
save money though long term with the artificial.
I know. There's just something about a real tree, and Little Stacks was so upset. Oh my word.
Mm-hmm.
He did not like it, but I said, dude, graduate, buy your own house, put your own live tree up. We're going to do the artificial. All right, so that's enough time. I'll do all copy. Get those
Unless you
in
grow
here.
your own tree, then
You
it's
know,
going to be cheaper to.
Yeah, that's probably true, but we used to cut them down too. That was fun, but no. Not doing it anymore. All right, let's throw these names in here. There we go. For the newbies in here, just so you can read the names on the wheel, there's this section over here that hides it for a while and then pops out. If I didn't have that, then it would be like microscopic and you wouldn't be able to see the names at all.
Your name is on there.
The name is, let me just wipe out
takes
these
a second to come around.
numbers. And maybe just get rid of the participant right here.
Yeah.
All right, let's shuffle
Livestock
it up.
Loves the smell of a real Christmas tree. I love the smell of
do
a real
too.
Christmas tree too. Nothing like it. But you can get a few wreaths.
Uh-huh.
You can get a few real wreaths. Those are a little, easier to
Light
do.
a pine candle, for goodness sakes.
Okay. Not the same, though.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
this
here
is
we
for
go.
the
Who's
sticker.
going to win? Old Man Jenkins. No way. John?
Nope. I think he's going to lose it to Slow Carb.
Nate?
Oh, it's tight. Right down the
Oh,
line.
it could be John. Ooh.
Nope.
There it is.
There it is. Slow Carb. All right, that was a good practice. So, Slow Carb, just email me at yankee.stacking@gmail.com. Send me your mailing address, and I will get this sticker out to you. Congratulations. All right.
There you go. Free silver. Wasn't or free
Free
SilverPros sticker. Free SilverPros sticker. That's what I was saying.
Yep.
But yeah, we got the real silverware giveaway coming up. But let's get into the topic, and then I'm really excited for the live Q&A because I want to talk to everyone about Black Friday and what we all got, and
Yes.
it's going to be fun.
That will be fun. So stick around after we talk about our silver forecast.
All right, you want to do the intro, Yankee, and we'll roll it?
Let's do it. Welcome to SilverPros, sponsored by SD Bullion. I'm your host, Yankee Stacking, and I'm joined by my incredible co-host right over there, Silver Dragons.
What's up? Happy to be here.
Good to have you here, buddy. Hey, today we're talking about our silver forecasts for 2023. What do you think?
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
It
and
is.
and I know you like forecast rather than prediction, right? Because prediction, you're just kind of guessing, but forecast, we're kind of weighing what's happened in the past, what's going on right now, looking at charts and making a more what's the word I'm looking for here?
More educated guess. It is still a guess, guys. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's coming, and it's important to say that here. This is for fun. We do this every year, right? You and me, we did this last time, right? We made our predictions or forecasts. And this year, I think we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to talk about several factors that we think could indicate where silver's going. And at the very end, we'll give you our spot price amount, right?
Yeah, an exact number that we think silver's going to be at the end of 2023. So you can hold us to that. Maybe we'll be completely off.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get it spot on. Spot on.
Cute.
We'll
Really
have to
cute.
wait and see. But all right, what are we doing there, Yankee? What's the
Well,
first
let's
topic?
just rip through these different factors, okay? The first one I think is important to talk about is recession. All right? I am convinced that we are going to see the real recession, SD, in 2023.
You mean because we're not already in a recession?
We are, but it's really going to sink its claws in my opinion, in 2023. And I'm not alone in thinking that. A lot of CEOs, like Jeff Bezos, I mean, did you read what he said, how we should be preparing for the worst? Here's a guy trying to sell flat screen TVs, and he's telling people to hold off on buying flat screen TVs. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Shocking.
it's not just him. Like a lot of the big tech companies are laying people off, and it's like they're laying them off right before the holidays too, which is a little strange. But
That's
Yeah, I mean,
usually
they
not
know
the
it's
case.
coming.
Yeah, they do. And here's the first chart that I want to show people. It is the U.S. recession probability model. And look, every time there's this model predicts that there's going to be a recession, it has been really, really close. And right now, again, I shouldn't say right now, this is back in August. The probability model from the conference board, this is where it comes from, was at 96% that we were going to have a recession.
Yeah, I mean, we're already in one, Yankee. We know it's
I
coming.
know we are. And it's kind of interesting to see the powers that be deny it, but I think it's a foregone conclusion. At least that's my opinion. I think this is something I really want to show you. This is really powerful. Look at this. The yield curve, okay? When it steepens, and that means when the normal time value of money gets all screwed up, right? It's usually an indicator that a recession has begun. And that means it's when it's down here, when you see it's below this line. And you can see every single time there's been a recession, we have seen this yield curve steepening right here. So look at the indicators. We are way below the line in 2023. Another indicator that recession is on the way. And this final one right here, I got to show you this. This is the global 2-year and 10-year yield curve spread. Globally, not just in the United States. It has never been below zero in the history of this particular chart.
So global recession.
This is global, right?
Wow.
This is another indicator that things are screaming recession right now, okay?
Right.
So I think all these indicators show that that's where we're at, and I think Wall Street is bracing for a massive slowdown ahead. And in that, in my opinion, I think is incredibly positive for precious metals. I think
and not immediately, right? Because when we think of recession, we think of people getting laid off, not spending as much money. Everyone's kind of saving. And, the thing with silver is it's a monetary metal, but it's also an industrial metal, right?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Yes.
If production slows down on all these products that need silver, that will definitely have an effect on silver spot price. But also beyond that, I mean, if we just look at...
Can I show you a chart on that really quick?
Please.
All right.
Yeah.
Because it was such a good point. I'm so glad you said that. This is something I've shared before. But look what silver has done over just the past 2 recessions, not counting the one we're in right now.
It goes down initially.
Significantly. Like in the 2008 recession, we're talking 50%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2020 pandemic hit, that was short-lived, but it went down 21%. That's important to remember because of what you said, industrial use. But look what happens after the recession.
Yeah, the rally.
The rally, exactly. So that's important. That's recession. That's one factor that we're using to kind of give our forecast for silver in 2023. What else?
Yeah. So I mean, if we do go into this sort of classical recession where we see all the layoffs and stuff like that, I really don't feel like the Fed is going to be able to keep up the rates, right? I mean, right now they're coming up on what 4%, and so if we see rates start going down, that is so bullish for silver. I mean, that's like it's going to start taking off at that point. And one thing that I want to bring up that I talked about in a previous video, Yankee, every time we see the rate drop by 1%, so like I said, it's around 4% right now. If we see it go down to 3%, gold historically goes up 19%.
Wow.
And silver goes up even more. So if we see them cut rates back down to 0 again, then my goodness, I mean, we could see gold double, we could see silver triple, and obviously this is probably not all going to happen next year. I mean, maybe we might see it start to happen, but this could be a 2, 3, 4, 5-year thing. But yeah, I mean, this whole recession ultimately would be bullish for silver.
I think the markets believe that a weakening economy will weaken inflation, And I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think the markets are prepared for what I think we're going to experience, and that's stagflation. The Fed, let's talk about that for a minute too, right? Because this is in the news. It just happened yesterday. We saw the price of silver shoot way up. I mean, it was fun to watch, wasn't it? Yeah, 4% during the day plus. And I think, isn't it amazing that there is one person can stand up in front of a microphone, say a few words, and the markets react so violently. Isn't that incredible? We were talking about this before we went live.
Everyone's listening to Jerome Powell. They want to know if we're going to see the pivot. They want to see if the Fed is going to react to all of the unemployment figures and things like that. They really want to know, are we going to see that 50 basis point rate hike in December? Because then the pivot will have officially started, right? So
a soft pivot, right? Exactly. That's when they speak. I mean, come on, Jerome's speaking out of both sides of his mouth yet again. He's talking very hawkish. He's saying we had to stay the course. Inflation's going to get beaten down, and then the markets are like and then the moment he says, but we might not need to raise it quite as much in December. Boom.
They loved that.
They loved it. It
was immediate.
It was immediate, and it's like they're addicted. It's like an addiction. It's like they're like listening. It's like whatever. What are you going to do with rates? They got the withdrawal shakes, and they need another monetary fix. And I think that's what the market cared more about than anything else that he was saying. I think they're maybe getting a little jaded to some of his hawkish tone, and they just want to see when the rates are going to stop going up so fast.
So, okay, let me bring this up, Yankee. Most of us know silver does the opposite of whatever the dollar does, right? You call it an inverse correlation, call it whatever you want. But basically, when the dollar is strong, silver is relatively weak. Mm-hmm. When the dollar is weak, silver is relatively strong. So do you feel like right now we're kind of seeing the dollar peak? Or you think that's, I
don't have that chart handy, but I think we peaked already. It was like 114 or 115, somewhere in there a little bit ago. And it's down, 105, I think, last time I checked. I think you're right. I think we may have seen the peak. And as that dollar drops, I think that's going to be also bullish for silver.
Extremely bullish. That's going to be when we see silver just rally. And it's kind of interesting. Is it going to all go down next year? It's possible.
No.
But I know you're saying no, but it is possible.
It is
crazier
possible.
Things have happened.
Oh yeah, at any time this thing could break. I just don't. I think the real recession, really kicks in. And what is the Fed going to do? What do they always do? What's their playbook?
Well, if we hit a classical recession, they're going to start printing money. Once they kick on that printer, it just, that's even more inflation.
It's not
they're adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, it's not the right thing to do, but that's their playbook, right? Dollar printing, asset purchases. At some point, we're going to have to go back to that because I don't think they have the stomach to see all the markets completely obliterated. And I think the thing that they've been holding off on, or at least the thing that they have held on to, I should say, is the unemployment figures. But
they're like, oh, it's not that bad yet. I think I heard Jerome say, oh, it's at 3.7% or something like that. And it's much worse than that, but that's the figure they're using.
The employment figures just came in just the other day. It was 5 times more than it was a year ago. So
there you go.
That's that lagging indicator I've talked about in the past. That's coming, and I think that's also going to come in 2023. I think it's going to force the Fed's hand. They're going to have to back off. A real, true pivot is coming. Bullish for silver.
Definitely bullish for silver. But, the thing to kind of keep your eye on is how long is this recession going to last, right? Because if this is a really long, drawn-out recession, when we really see the dollar shine is when they're raising rates, and that's kind of the time right now. But once they start cutting rates, that's when we could really see the dollar tank, right? If it goes rates back to zero, dollar tank. So is that going to be next year. That's the thing. Or are they just going to leave rates where they're at? Because once they pivot, I mean, yeah, there's like, if they do a 50 basis point rate hike, rates are still going up. It's just not up as fast, right? So
Right.
there's kind of a lot to factor in.
Let's talk one more factor: fiscal policy next year. Okay, our government and what it does with spending. Okay, they're out of control. That's not a shock to anybody listening to us. But I don't think that's going to change. Even with the midterm results that we had, it's not going to stop.
Right.
They're going to spend like crazy. And that's going to put incredible pressure on the Fed for more easy money to be able to monetize the debt that we have. Let me give you one example. The housing bubble we're in. Okay? Mortgage rates, with rates rising, are just pricing out buyers, especially the younger buyers.
Right.
Just this week, the Biden administration announced that they were going to be guaranteeing $1 million mortgages. They've never done that before. They've never done this before. The government told the FHFA, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, I think that's what it's called, to increase the maximum size of mortgages for Freddie and Fannie to cover $1 million jumbo mortgages. And it's just wrong. It's just an example of crazy fiscal policy. And frankly, it's either party, by the way. It's both sides of the aisle, right? Okay, let's be fair here. We need cuts in spending. Federally, we have to be cutting the budget, and that is not what we're doing.
Look, you and me, Yankee, we both agree they're spending way too much. And like you said, regardless of what party's in there, they're going to be spending the money either way. It's just what are they spending it on, right? But one party we know does spend a little bit more than the other.
Okay. I won't disagree with that at all.
Sure.
Yes, and sometimes I feel the other party is trying to outspend the experts. It's the era of big government. It wasn't always that way. I'm a lot older than you, buddy. You know that. I remember when smaller government was really the focus. That's what we wanted. That's what we needed. And it's gone. Both sides don't believe that's the case. But that's the fiscal policy. And I think the killer here, one last thing on this, is the debt. Let me show you one more chart.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I think we're trapped, the Fed specifically. You know, when they raised interest rates so high back in the 70s, the Fed, Volcker, it was a lot easier to do that when your debt was a lot smaller. We do not have that luxury. We are in a deep, deep hole because of that debt. And that's why they can't raise rates like they did before. They can't fight inflation.
Right, because if they're trying to fight inflation and have businesses take out less loans, which will create less currency, etc., the rates go up, but they have to pay those higher rates themselves, right? So it's not just the businesses, it's not the individual trying to buy a house, it's the government that has to pay more for their loans.
And they usually buy them in short durations, the 6-month.
Yes.
T-bills are doing. They're not doing the long 10, 30 years. They're not doing that. They're doing short. And so that's why when these rates change, it really affects us. The government, the debt that we have. This is huge. We're not going to be able to service the debt like this. So again, that's the fiscal policy side. That's, again, I think really bullish eventually for gold and silver. But one more thing we want to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of basic. We've talked about this before, but it's the supply and demand that we think we might be seeing next year.
Right. So, okay, here's kind of the breakdown that I see. Right. As far as supply, the mints, they kind of slowed down. The U.S. Mint in particular slowed down a lot in 2022. I think this is going to carry right on into 2023. And this is, when we talk about supply, for me, I'm talking about physical bullion that you can buy for silver stacking, silver investing. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not really talking
silver,
retail
okay.
Silver supply, because this is, if you want to get into silver, me and Yankee, we both stack silver. We buy lots of it. This is what you'd be purchasing, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the supply that you care about.
Right.
So the U.S. Mint, I think they're going to be even worse in 2023. So I feel like buying any products from them, American Silver Eagles, it's just not going to happen. But other silver products, man, I think the demand is high, Yankee. I think demand is high, and if we do see silver price go even lower, perhaps at the start of the year, once the recession gets more underway, I feel like demand will just pick up. And here's the thing: let's say, so silver right now is at 22, 23 bucks. Let's say the price of silver goes down $5. All right. It's very possible we could see premiums go up $6. So you're in fact paying more for your silver, even though the price, quote unquote, went down. And this is, supply and demand. Some people think, oh, it's a scam. They're just raising premiums. If they got no product, they're going to jack up the price. Period.
It's frustrating. I feel very frustrated with it. I know for new stackers, it's incredibly frustrating to see, hey, the price is going up, but the premium's gone up. Eventually that will break. I do think it's when the price really eclipses a higher number that we'll talk about in a bit, that's going to stop. But until then, it is supply and demand. It's also inflation. Think about it that way. Think about it. The real price of silver, what is it and why? I think it's the inflation having its effect on that price.
Well, and this is one thing that I've talked about before. I don't know that we've talked about it on the show so much, but the cost to mine silver has gone up with inflation, right? And I look at that as the absolute bottom that silver could hit, like the lowest number we could really ever see silver at.
Right.
It was around $10 to $12, 5 years ago. Now it's like $15, $16 is the cost to mine it, because cost of diesel's gone up and all these other things.
All in sustaining costs, everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So the bottom silver could ever go, year after year is going up and up and up with inflation. And so, for me, silver's a long-term thing. I don't plan on selling it for the next 30 years. And so, I'm happy to stack at these prices. I feel like I'm getting a good deal still when I buy silver right now.
Low supply, high demand for physical silver is obviously bullish, right?
Yes.
All right, so we've talked about our, 4 factors. There are other ones too, like geopolitical risk and all that, but we won't get into it on this live stream. Let's give our forecasts.
Okay. I actually did a video just a few days ago, and I called it my silver price prediction for 2023, but this is the number that I'm predicting for the end of the year. We will see silver at $32.33 exactly.
Are you going to say it? Are you going to say it?
Oh, you got to watch the video.
You got to watch the video, right?
There was a Leroy Jenkins reference.
Oh, yeah. 32.33.
Repeating, of course.
Of course.
So yeah, that's my number. I do think that we will actually see silver price dip. Q1, Q2, 2023. I think there'll be another chance to buy in. I mean, I say start buying now, but yeah, I think price will initially go down, and then towards the end of the year, I do see a rally moving into 2024, 2025, and I think it's really going to take off after that point. So what's your prediction, Yankee?
All right, I'm going to give you a graph.
Or your forecast.
My forecast.
I'm using the other term.
That's fine. I'll give you my forecast. It's based on this graph, right? Using some of the factors of past recessions, I'm going to give you my forecast, and there it is right there. So I think they're going to say, oh, yeah, we are in a recession. Shoot, we've been in a recession since 2022. I think Q4 is going to be horrible GDP. I don't know how long this recession is going to last, but let's assume that we can get out of it sometime in 2023. If we can't, this could be delayed, right? But let's just make that assumption. If that's the case, I think we'll hit 25. That's a conservative guess by the end of 2023. Do you notice what I did after that, though?
It's basically a straight line up.
I think it's going to go way up. I think we break the 50 mark at some point within maybe a year after the recession actually ends.
Yeah, if you look on that chart back in 2008, we saw it go down 50%, down to $10 an ounce, and then it went to 50.
Yep.
So it 5x'd from the bottom. So if the bottom is 20 this time around, and we see a 5x from there, that will be $100 silver in 2025.
Okay. Wow.
So 2020, if history repeats itself. But I honestly, I feel like I mean, these numbers that people are putting out, $500,000 silver, nothing's off the table because, with this inflation we're seeing, things could get really bad really fast. So
I agree. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time on SilverPros.
Stack like a pro.
All right, guys, we are back. We've got 425 people in the chat. Thank you for sticking around. I would love to know what people think of all the stuff we talked about. I haven't even been looking at the chat. But
yeah, give me your silver price predictions
there
right
you go.
now in
right
the
there.
chat.
Right there,
What
right
do
in
we
the
got?
chat. By the end of
Rich-
2023, end of 23, what's your forecast?
Let's see it.
Martin's going with you, buddy. 32, 33.
Martin,
Leroy.
you're a smart man. Smart man,
Oh,
Martin.
man. They're being a little bit more. They're being a lot more aggressive than me. Sleeves is pretty much where I'm at. 25. Okay, I see John Bush, but most of them are up in the mid 20s.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
And here's the thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Even if we see silver price go down,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's not going to bounce. Like 2023, okay, that's some random point in
Right,
time.
right.
It could be January 2024 that we see it hit 33. We don't know. I mean, we don't know, obviously.
J.R.
Otherwise, we'd be
Whitman,
loaded.
J.R. Whitman saying, J.R. Whitman 87, $17. He may be right. Or
Yeah.
she. Yeah.
No, yeah, if that's when the recession is deep,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. It's spot price.
Good point.
Physical
Good
silver
point.
could be $33 to buy with
That's
spot
right.
at 17, so we could both be right. It just depends on how you look at it.
It is true. It is a
You know
farm
what?
stack. You what?
Oh my gosh, Yankee, you and me could both be right. If spot is 25 and physical silver is 32.33,
2.33 repeating. Yep.
that seems like a reasonable premium. I
Yeah.
think we could both be right.
Too funny. No, we're looking at spot. You were thinking spot for 32, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm thinking physical is going to be in the 40s. So, I'm definitely bullish Q3, Q4 next year. But, how long is the recession going to last? Layoffs. I think the Fed's going to have to be really aggressive.
It could go on. It could go on a lot longer. This really could. This could be an inflationary recession or an inflationary depression. It's possible. We could see something unprecedented. If that happens, we may be waiting longer to see us come out of it. And that would also delay how when it hits these. We know where it's eventually going.
Right, and a few people here are saying, who cares about fiat? Fairly reasonable investor. Think for the 2 spot. Why does fiat matter?
Yeah,
It is an important question because when you're stacking, like when I first started stacking, I'm sure all of us are guilty of this. We count up how many ounces of silver we have, and what's the first thing you do? You figure the dollar amount, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you just multiply it by spot, and you go, oh, I got $2,000 or $10,000 worth of silver. Look at me. That's my savings, 10,000 or whatever. But no, that's not what you should be doing. You should be counting up the ounces, and that's how much you have saved up. Because if we take a step back, like the USA has only been around, not that long, right? In the grand scheme of things. So the dollar hasn't been around very long at all. And the dollar will only be around for a very finite period of time. And so why are you valuing your savings in dollars? It's pointless. You should count the ounces.
I agree.
It's God's money, Yankee.
Absolutely. It's money, it's real wealth. And I've talked a lot about this before, but I'm never selling my silver, God willing, for any fiat currency. Ever. I know you doubt that, but I don't stack for that reason. It's not a traditional investment. It is for barter purposes primarily, and I price it in terms of goods and services. That's what I think the value of precious metals, especially silver. Gold's more of a, to carry your wealth through a collapse, but silver really could be useful, and it wouldn't be for dollars. It wouldn't be for paper currency. I had a I had a financial advisor come over Mrs. Yankee and I's house yesterday to work through some stuff. He's helping me greatly, and he's also a stacker. So big shout out to him. He listens to my channel, which I thought that was really cool. But he is a stacker, and he understands. So when we looked at my portfolio, we literally left the silver and gold out of the calculations. Think about this. From a wealth portfolio standpoint, and it was put to the side. It's still an asset, but both he and I understood the purpose of it is to preserve my buying power and wealth. It was not to build wealth. So it was
you don't need it for retirement.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Of course, Mrs. Yankee looked at me and went, "But if we needed it in an emergency,"
of course, then it will
and I'm
be
like,
there.
"Of course, it's an
Of course.
emergency." But hey, short of that, I don't ever plan on selling it for.
It's better to have and not need than to need and not have.
Correct.
So you'll have it if you need it. And when I say I think you might sell some of your silver, and I'm talking about silver specifically,
Right.
it's because to do the ratio swap, you got to cash out for a minute.
I know.
You go into cash for 1 second, and then you buy gold.
Unless you find someone's going to do the straight swap, and people do find that. I think even you have, right? In the past, haven't you gone straight silver gold, or did you have to use cash all the time?
Oh man, have I done that? Actually, I did do it one time.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago, but I actually did trade one time some Mercury dimes, a straight swap for it was like a $5 gold piece or something like that. It was a 90% for 90%.
Right.
And you might be thinking of a different time, but I actually did that. I think it was about 3 years ago.
Okay. I know we talked about it, but that's good. That's really good.
Yeah,
So is JJ Watt's $2 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Maybe our Fed is buying time to launch their CBDC. Ooh. That was that black swan we didn't talk about that factor during our discussion, but what if, just what if China or Russia launches a precious metals backed CBDC?
Well, I mean, they're going to need a lot of precious metals.
Well, what do you think they've been doing?
Yeah, but they still don't own nearly as much as USA.
No,
theoretically,
if
it's all there.
If it's all there, and we trust the governments and figures.
So the gold holdings, USA is at supposedly 286 million ounces of gold. Supposedly. Number 2 is Germany at 118 million.
Yep.
So China's they're like 5 or 6 down.
If they're not lying to us.
With 68 million, and we apparently have 286 million. So I'm just saying.
I know. I agree with you.
I would think they would need a lot more gold. But that being said, if it's a CBDC, yeah, exactly. It's going to be some percentage of the gold they hold. 1% gold back.
There you go.
Come on. I mean, they're going to,
But hey, that's a wild card for us. That's a whole economic sea change when the CBDC takes off.
Right, exactly. Like Stacking Surfer saying, it doesn't have to be 100% backed.
Right.
1% backed by gold. That's what I think they would do, and then they got to go to 0.5% backed or whatever,
Yeah, and you brought up too in your videos. By the way, I did enjoy listening to your prediction video, and you also had another video with Robert Kiyosaki, or talked about his prediction: $500 an ounce silver. Those are extreme numbers, right? That could happen, but I have in my mind certain societal and economic scenarios for that to happen. I think we lose the dollar as a reserve currency, which then would allow us to really see some hyperinflation. There's certain things that need to happen, and that could take the rest of this decade or longer. I tend to think that it's likely in this decade to all go to hell in a handbasket, but who knows? That is when I think we see those crazy numbers, right?
Yeah, if you got big inflation, nothing's impossible. And that's the thing. Is if everyone is worried about the inflation. It doesn't necessarily have to be hyperinflation per se. If we see 50% inflation year over year, that's okay. Is that, I don't actually think that is technically hyperinflation yet. But it's very, very high.
It's very
and
high.
everyone would
Yes.
freak out and flood into metals, and that's when you see the price shoot up.
Yeah, just a rule of thumb. Just remember, inflation is when you don't have enough currency and you want more. Hyperinflation is when you have piles of it and you don't want it.
Exactly.
So we'll see if that ever happens. It's an extreme case.
Well, I
But
mean,
hey,
eventually the dollar will end. Will it be
yeah,
hyperinflation, or they just dissolve it and you
We
get
go
10%
bankrupt.
of your dollars into a different
We
digital
declare
currency?
bankruptcy as a nation.
Exactly. No, well, they wouldn't do that, but if they come out with a digital currency and say you
Right.
can cash in your dollars for 10%
Exactly.
or whatever, then the dollar would effectively end.
Like SG has said, programmable dollar is coming. Yes, we've talked at length about that in the past. We've done videos on the CBDC, both of our channels. We see it coming. It's going to be dramatic. So that is one thing we didn't talk about. You know,
I don't see it next year.
no, I don't see it either. No.
I see more regulation on cryptos coming down the line with this whole FTX debacle.
Sure, absolutely.
That definitely next year.
I do. It's going to be. Oh yeah, they'll have congressional meetings over this whole thing, and it's going to be the exchanges are in trouble. The cowboy mentality is going to go away. But you know, think about the charts that I put up. The one that really was that scared me the most was the debt one. And I know you look at the debt clock, you talk about that. You what are we at? How many trillion now that we're at?
31 trillion.
31, yep. We cannot handle the rates of 6, 7, 8%. It is going to be
Inflation.
a disaster, right? If they try to bring these rates up to tackle inflation. So what we're seeing here is sort of like let's declare a slight victory, right? We see inflation backing off a little.
Came down a little bit. Right. We're good.
We're good for now. We'll see. We'll attack it.
We'll come back.
Yeah, with a vengeance. But I need a little breather. We need breather here.
For now.
For now.
People are starving, Yankee.
How
They're
dare
out of work. We have to do something.
Stimulus.
They can't afford food. Stimulus check.
Stimulus will be coming. That may push the CBDC retail wise a little faster.
Oh my gosh! What if that's when they roll out the CBDC?
Sure.
They say if you want to get your stimulus check, you want that stimmy, you got to enroll with the central bank. Now you're banking with us directly, and here's your new money, your new cool digital money that all of the celebrities are talking about.
Right.
So cool. But the only way to
yeah.
get your stimmy, that's how you do it.
That's one of the stages I talked about in my 4 stages of CBDC, and it's the cool factor. All the celebrities are doing it. Check it out. I got, they're going to Instagram the thing. Look, I got my money and all that. They're going to be using CBDCs, the Fed coin, whatever you want to call it. And then the next stage is really being used for stimulus. All that, though, is at a retail level. They're already going to do it at a wholesale level starting next year.
Oh, yeah.
Between the central banks and regular banks, you're going to start to see the infrastructure laid down and in use. Yeah, they're testing it, but they always test stuff before they do it. They say that, but that's just a way to send the trial balloon up. They've already decided this is the way we're going to go.
Yep. Absolutely. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, coming back to silver specifically.
Yep.
In your one chart, okay, it was like the 5th one you showed or whatever, with your prediction of the $25 silver next year.
Yep.
And then you got it just rocketing up. Can you tell us where does that end? Where's the peak?
It goes right off the chart. I know it actually.
I know it goes off the chart, but we can make another chart.
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of us are kind of, are you thinking?
Oh, I think
3-digit.
I think triple-digit silver in this decade is an. Oh man, that is so. I'm so convinced that that's going to happen.
High percentage chance.
100%. $100. I meant not 100%. $100 an ounce to 2, somewhere in there. We're gonna see that. And
what about gold? If we're talking about silver, if silver's at $200, where's gold? 5,000. What's the ratio?
5,000. Yep.
So 40 to 1 ratio.
I can see that definitely.
Wow.
And that
How
we
was that
would
for public
we
math?
would not. I know that was impressive. We would not need to lose the reserve currency status, and we wouldn't need to hyperinflate for that to happen.
And that's a decade
Yeah,
prediction.
within this decade. Yep. I mean,
Yeah, I could see it. I could totally see it. And the thing is, if spot price is 2 hundo,
mhm.
and we still have 100% premium, which we should talk about premiums, but if
Yeah.
we did, that'd be a $400 silver eagle.
Wow. You really
but
think the
but
mint? Yeah, talk to me about the mint
dude, the mint is
yeah,
trash.
they're trash. They're not gonna. What is that going to be like in 2023? The U.S. mint.
Dude, so the amount of silver eagles they minted this year compared to demand was it was not even close. Not even a drop in the bucket. I mean, there was that billionaire who bought almost 1 million silver eagles themselves. They weren't the new ones, but I mean, think about that for demand. They don't even make that much in a whole month, and that was one person buying that many. So, yeah, I mean, by law, they're supposed to mint them to demand. They're already not doing that. They're getting away with it. No one cares. So 2023 is going to be even worse. And I mean, the thing is, they don't make any money off the Silver Eagles. They're not supposed to make money off of them, so they don't care about them.
It's all the commemoratives,
Collectibles.
and all the collectibles. Yeah, that's where they're making their money.
Proof, limited mintage.
Right.
That's where they make their cash. So from a business standpoint, yeah, they couldn't care less about the Eagles. But yeah, no, I seriously think 2023 is going to be worse because they got away with it this year, and no one cared.
No one cared.
No one was riding. I'm furious. I know a lot of the other stackers. Come on, light up the chat. Are you furious about how little Eagles they minted? But the thing is, they got away with it, and they rubbed it in our faces. They sent out that letter. Oh, we did so good. We made so many Eagles this year. I got the letter. I don't know if you got it from the U.S. Mint, and I made a video on it. And I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?"
It was lame.
They rubbed our faces in it. It just makes me furious, dude. They're trash.
Yeah. All right, so
I'm still gonna buy it from them, but they're not.
we gotta ask people two things. If there's any questions you have, uppercase, all caps. Put a question in, and then we're going to do the giveaway. But we also wanted to ask people really, really quick in the chat what they got for Black Friday, right?
Yes.
How'd you make out?
Yeah, fill up the chat. I got that John Wick bar.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I got a tube of rounds. I just bought a ton of silver shot right before the silver rallied. So I really timed that one well. It wasn't Black Friday per se, but I bought it 3 days ago, and it's literally I paid like $1 under spot if I would have bought it today.
Wow.
So, yeah, dude.
So we got Tuba Morgans from SD, says Tim. I'm with you there. I got one of those. Spot. That was great. Ellie says nothing. Oh, that's not good.
I'm so jealous about that Tuba Morgans. The Morgan Dollar design rounds.
They're beautiful. Yeah. That was fun to pick up. I did buy gold. I bought an ounce of gold.
Good.
Yeah. So that's
as you should.
Thank you. I'll be showing you that on an upcoming video. What's your favorite color and why is it gold and silver? My favorite color actually happens to be red, but not that you care about that. But I love gold and silver. Beautiful colors.
All right.
What else we got for questions here, or what people bought?
Wow, 50 ounces spot. Nice, Tone. Nice.
Did AppMex site crash?
I don't know because I was on the app.
Yeah.
Because
the app
last year the website was crashing, and so I said this year I'm using the app, and it didn't crash, but it was like taking an extremely long time to load. You just had that little circle that would just spin in the middle. So at one point it was frozen for like 4 minutes for me. And then everything was sold out, at that point. So I only got one of the deals, but yeah, it was really bad.
Silas says several rounds. Towan says 50 ounce silver at spot. Dude, gold chain. John, Sunshine 1 ounce bars. Rich, nothing for Black Friday. Jamie got 100 ounces. Whoa. Alan, Britannia's. I didn't get the Britannia's. I still have to finish that stupid mini monster box, but I'll get it at some point. Buffaloes.
Are you kidding me?
Stop it.
That sale. Yeah, dude. SD Bullion was
I know.
450 over
I
spot. It was
saw that. I almost pulled the trigger. And now
wow.
I'm okay.
Wow,
Hey,
Yankee. Hey,
come
what
on,
up,
man.
Sal? Sal's in the chat.
Hey, Sal's here? Oh,
Yeah,
good to
what's
see
up,
you,
Sal?
Sal. All right, so that's that. What else do we want to do before the giveaway? Any other questions too? Let me look.
I
Pedro's.
just want to give a shout out real quick to the Salivation Nation. We got to properly shout out
All right, I'm gonna
Godfather
no
of the
no no.
community.
I'm pouring my
Come
coffee. I'm pouring my coffee. And now this is for you, Sal.
Get it. Please give me a let's explore.
Let's explore. I can't do his voice.
You can't do it?
I can't do it. You do it.
You're
I
doing
can't.
the slurp.
Come on, man.
Let's explore.
Oh, that's weak. That's weak.
I know. I can't do it.
I can't get that low.
Give it away.
Bozo, I don't have an AARP card. Stop it. No Black Friday, no cash. Black Friday couldn't find any deals on case of green beans. Stacked food, too. Well, that's good, Homemade Beer. I stacked a lot of food, too. Year's supply of food. You got to stack that, too. Litecoin Lamb, if silver and gold get that high in price, do you think it will be hard to find buyers?
No way, dude. That's the opposite, because demand is what drives the price up. Remember that.
Right. That's a good point.
Everyone gets in at the top. Not us. We're not everyone. We're the few and far. I mean, the stacking community.
We're the tip of the spear, buddy.
We're the nerds that got in before everyone else. The general population, they all get in at the peak, right? It happened with crypto. It happens with everything. Stocks, you name it. And so when they see gold and silver going up, and silver's at $50 or whatever, you know, it's on every news station, and they're flooding the coin shops. We want to buy silver. And you're like, oh, there's a lot of demand. Yeah. You're not going to have any problem selling it if you want to get out.
It exposes just how fake people are with their investing.
Right.
It really is. I'm sorry. This may sound really harsh, but I would say a good 90% of the people out there are not contrarian investors. They chase the hot hand. They run after what's going up. They don't buy it when it's low, guys. How many times have we dropped videos, you and me? This is a buying opportunity. Think long term. Don't worry about it. You are somebody said 1% in the chat. I think you're like 0.01% that is actually doing anything like this.
Well, I mean, especially like, 4 or 5 years ago when we were kind of starting making videos, I know there's a lot of YouTubers around before us, one of them being in the chat, but
yes,
silver was like, $15 and everyone was saying, oh, it's going to go to 10. It's, it's had its day. It's just, it's like copper, it's industrial metal, whatever. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, I mean, it went to $28 in 2020, it did very, very well in response. And then this year after, Russia invaded Ukraine, it went to $26. So like, who's laughing now? The $15 silver was a great deal back then. You can't find it for anywhere close to that.
KY saying, Yankee, is silver low now? It is relatively speaking. Yeah, I think it is. Absolutely. I think it's, I think the ratio is way off. I think the true price discovery of this commodity, the non-manipulated, we didn't talk about manipulation, that's a whole nother topic, but when the manipulation breaks and when all the derivatives and all the spoofing and everything that the banksters are doing breaks and the COMEX breaks and there's a rush and a demand, you're going to see the real value of silver. And it's going to be a lot higher than it is now. So do I think it's cheap now? Yeah, I do. That's why I'm stacking it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, anyway. And then also, what else are you gonna
do? All right, guys. I think we need to at least get the people ready to put stuff in the chat for the giveaway. What do you think?
Please do.
All right. So if you're new to SilverPros or new to my channel and you don't understand how wonderful the Wheel of Names is, it's simple. You just put something in the chat. By now, you should be a subscriber to my channel, so you can put something in the chat. Throw something in there and harvest the names.
Yep, give it away now. Some free silver courtesy of SD Bullion. It's going to be the 1 ounce nativity round.
right here.
which I'm excited for. I should have picked some of these up, man. I know I still can, but
this makes a great stocking stuffer, especially for people, especially for kids or a significant other that doesn't like to stack or doesn't even know what stacking is. This would be a great way to do it.
I think there was a missed opportunity, though, on this. I would have liked to have seen the wise men, specifically the gift of gold to baby Jesus. I mean, put a little chest in the corner for crying out loud.
Maybe gold gilded, like the coin.
Dude,
that would be cool.
That's just another level, though. But no, this is a great design.
Nice
I love
giveaway.
the design.
Very nice giveaway. And we see people popping in there. All right, let me check the participants out. We only got a few more minutes left in the live stream.
Can I show you one more time?
Yeah, go ahead. All right, let me swing back to this.
Come on, man.
That is just, there's some level of mean.
It's so dope.
Show me the angle. Can I see how deep that relief is? Look at that. That's
high relief, baby.
That is a showpiece, man. I'd be displaying that.
I know, it's pretty cool. They do a great job. Germanium mint.
Yeah,
gotta love them.
I know. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
she thick, baby. 2 ounce.
And she ain't cheap either.
She ain't cheap. Probably looking at 500 on that.
Oh, dude. All right. For the majority of the people in the chat, like myself, we might want to, stick with stacking the cheap stuff. But that is nice, though. I have to admit, I'm gotta wipe my little spit away from my mouth there.
I mean, I don't know, but the Beasts collection, that was the same level of detail. Those are going for $5. So I don't know the price. They could be going for $3. They're not out yet, as far as I know. So.
All right, let's harvest these up.
When do we back up the truck? You got to start now, I think, really. In dollar cost average.
No,
for
a
the
few
next
months
6
ago.
Months. Yeah.
No, I'm
4
serious.
years ago.
The best 5 years ago. The best time is we passed it, right? So
2018 was
that was
kind of a really good time to back up the truck, especially on Eagles. Under $20 for a silver eagle. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Oh,
dude, I have a video I'm going to be doing with Tim about my Eagles. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun one. All right, let's do this. Let's go down.
Fill it up.
Here.
Give it away.
Let's get rid
and
of
you get a free sticker. Yankee's going to mail you a sticker.
Yeah, the sticker comes with it. Really, that's what everybody wants.
And before you spin it, Yankee, can I just remind everyone that this is the last show on Yankee's channel of the year. Okay. Or got one more show this year in 2 weeks on my channel. That'll be the season finale. We're going to be giving away gold. So you got to make sure.
Whoa. We're giving away gold?
We are giving away gold, and we're talking about gold. They voted, Yankee. They won an episode on gold.
No. They voted not to give away gold, to have a special gold edition of SilverPros.
Yeah, but dude, if I got to throw in a gold back, we'll make it happen. But we're going to give away some gold, brother.
Oh, you are not going to want to miss that live stream.
It'll be better than a gold back, all right? I'm not going to do you like that.
But that's pretty sweet. All right, guys, let's spin it.
That's in 2 weeks.
Let's spin it. Good luck, everyone.
Spin it, baby. It'll be Gold Pros.
You got to have a good thumbnail on that. SilverPros isn't like over silver. Just scratch it out and put
gold, baby.
All right, we've got Kisa, 888, the Great, and Craig. And, it looks like he's going to give it up to Word You Prussia.
I think so. Yep. Lumberjack, you just missed out.
Word You Prussia, congratulations. Please email me your mailing address. I'll get that over to our great sponsor, SD Bullion, and they will send you out that beautiful nativity round. Enjoy it.
They said yay in the chat. They said yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. All right, guys. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and look at that. 10 o'clock Eastern, right on the dot. What's your time? It doesn't matter what.
7 o'clock, Yankee. It's 3 hours.
Nailed it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I guess we'll just sign off as we usually do. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on SilverPros.
Stack like a pro, and we have an auction tomorrow. Have a good night.